Hi guys, my name is Deep Lepcha and I would like to welcome you to the short video tutorials. In this video, I'm going to discuss about history commands. That means whatever you are typing in the terminal, it's going to be saved on your router for temporary time, and then only 20 commands are being saved by default. If you want to increase the size of the history when you are actually working in the terminal, you can increase the size. That means it's going to show you more commands that you have typed in the terminal, maybe in the global configuration mode, maybe in the privilege mode, or maybe in the user exit mode. So let's dive in. Now I'm in my router console and then I'm going to hit enter. It shows me the banner message that I have actually shown you how to configure it in the previous video, and then I'm going to log in with the user4, and then the password is user4 again. So this is my privilege mode access. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run show, let's say, history. That shows you whatever commands that you have typed in this console or maybe in this terminal. It's going to show you the commands over there. Let's say show IP interface brief. That means I'm actually let's say verifying the IP address that are not actually assigned on my physical interfaces, right? So I'm just making you understand that what commands you can actually type. Let's say show clock. All right, just to view. Why I'm typing this? Just to make sure that my history commands are going to be saved in my temporary buffer or maybe memory. So show run, and then show startup, and then okay, show IP interface brief again. So all right, so show history. Now you can see that there are commands that I have run in privilege mode, and these commands are, let's say, temporarily saved in my memory. If I'm going to exit, right, and then I'm going to try to log in again, let's say user4, and then show history, bang, it goes off. That means you cannot see, right? So for the current terminal, or maybe you are actually working within the current session, if you want to increase the size of the history, by default it is actually, let's say, it actually saves up to 20 lines. So if you want to increase the size of the history, you can increase like terminal history size ? It shows you 0 to 256. That is a line, right? That are lines. So how many lines you can actually, let's say, see within your history commands? Till 256. So history size, let's say I'm going to just make 100. That means 100 lines are going to be saved on my history in my buffer. But what happens is, if I'm going to exit, let's say if I'm going to exit from this terminal, that means it's going to forget this command as well. So this is only for the temporary thing. That means only for the temporary session. What if you want this size to be fixed for the rest of your life when you are actually working with your router? If you want that, what you can do is just go to global configuration mode, and then line console 0, and then history size ? There you can see 0 to 256. So what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm going to type 100. That means it's going to save let's say 100 history commands for your console, not for your remote access, only for your console. That means where I'm actually working, right? I'm actually logged in through my console port. So it's going to, let's say, remember 100 of my lines, history lines. So whenever I'm going to, let's say, run like show history, it's going to show me 100 commands that I've actually typed before, right? Or maybe the commands previously. So this is it. This is how you can actually increase the size of history, and these are the numbers that are actually defined as based upon lines. And You can actually enable it for telnet and SSH as well, but for those you need to go to line VTY. And what is line VTY? I haven't mentioned it yet, so I'm not going to show you. I'm going to show you it later on. For now, just remember that if you actually want to configure your history commands for, let's say, temporarily basis, at that time you can use terminal history command size. And then if you want your router to remember whenever you are logged in, and then it's going to just remember 100 lines by default, that means you're going to change the size of history going through the line console. Right, so this is it for this video. I'm going to meet you on my next video. Kindly like, share, and then subscribe. Thank you guys.